Hello and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I hope you're doing well today. I have an intuitive reading this is for the Spiritual Collective. I am a soul communicator as well as intuitive reader, and right now we're just going to try to get an expansive message that will have a little bit of something in it for everyone. If you are looking for more specific and personal guidance, I do offer private readings and coaching sessions. So if that's something that interests you, please check out the description below for more information. So, okay. Let's just get a sense of where we all are. Where are we right now? Okay. Prince of Cups, Justice, Four of Cups, and the Death. Interesting, everything converging into the middle towards justice. Okay. There's kind of a lot going on here with our desires being really like in front of us right now. They're not being fulfilled necessarily, but we know what they are, okay? It's very, very clear what the desires are. And there's a lot of the desires that we're asking for, a lot of the wishes that we're asking for have to do with justice, fairness, equality in partnerships. And I feel these two energies clashing a little bit because this Prince of Cups is very soft and dreamy and yearning, wistful, and the Justice is like this very clear, cold, objective, they're opposite each other. This one is cutting through to what is the truth, and this one can get a little bit lost in the dreaminess, and that's what brings us to the other side of the reading, the Death card into the Four of Cups. We're looking for an emotional transformation that leads us to a place of balance. That's what we're really seeking here. But in the Death card, there's something we're holding back. You see this cup here sitting up in the background. When we're saying that we're asking for transformation, there's still a little part of us that we're holding back, that we're protecting. And so we're willing to kind of give up, I want to say 3/4 of ourselves. We're willing to give up 3/4 of ourselves to transform. And what's happening is that little part of ourselves that we're not fully surrendering to the transformation with, that's what the Prince of Cups is holding up. So it's kind of like we've got this cup sitting here protected, not being touched, and the Prince of Cups is taking up that energy and it's yearning. It's using that energy that we're not willing to let go of, and it's yearning and yearning and yearning. And the Justice card, that's why it feels so clashing to me, because the Justice card is saying, hey, if you want transformation, you can't do it halfway. You can't do it part of the way. It has to be the whole thing. You have to sacrifice your whole self to this cauldron so you can be transformed. I just noticed the double 4 here. I don't know if you know the myth of Achilles, but where we get the concept of Achilles' heel from. His mother, I believe, was a queen, and she wanted him to be invincible in battle. She wanted him to be an invincible warrior in battle, and so she dipped him in the river Styx, which is apparently how one becomes invincible in battle. Just keep that in mind if you're headed for one. But she had to hold him by something, and so she was holding him by the very, very tip of his heel. So that's the one vulnerable spot. Okay, so it's the one spot that didn't get touched by immortality. And so what does that mean? That means that he's still mortal, and lo and behold, he was killed by an arrow to the ankle. Exactly where that spot was. So if we want full transformation, we have to surrender the full selves, everything, our thoughts, our beliefs, the feelings we're willing to tolerate, the feelings that we're willing to continue manifesting. Now, the reason why I guess I'm saying that is we've got Four of Cups here. Manifestation is number 4, how it shows up on the earth plane, and the Four of Cups would be our emotions. So we have the ability to feel a full range of emotions. You know, you can't avoid feeling happy and sad. You're not always going to feel one way or the other, but we can choose a predominant emotion. We can choose what we want to be kind of our default or our 85% of the time emotion, which is not to say that you push away the other emotions that don't match, but it's kind of, what are you holding on to? Is your state of calm kind of the 85%? Is it a state of contentment, or is it a state of frustration? When you have a sense of what you want your dominant energy or your dominant vibration, your dominant emotional vibration to be, then everything else just kind of passes through. So let's say, okay, I really want my dominant emotional vibration to be peaceful, and I have a situation happen that gets me all agitated. I need to just sit with that agitation, allow it to be, but then return to my original intention, which was peace. Okay, and so I'm not hanging on to that agitation because that's not what I intended, but I'm also not pretending it doesn't exist by suppressing it. I'm just going through it and letting it pass. I had a really wise, at the time she was my counselor, she told me about the ducks on the water, that when a pair of ducks are together and another male comes in, this male on the water gets very agitated and quacks and quacks and quacks and makes this whole fuss. And then the minute that other duck is gone, he's just back to, oh, we're just on the water together. So it's just in the moment, and then the release of whatever that moment is. So let's get a sense. Of where we're headed. Where are we going next through all of this? Understanding that there's a part of us that we may be kind of holding out of the fire, kind of holding out of the transformation. Where are we going next? Am I asking the right question? Okay, where would we go if we transformed everything? Where would we go if we transformed everything? Rebirth, the Moon, Four of Wands. A lot of force coming out today. Princess of Cups. Okay, now is this Mother? I'm going to ask for a little bit more color with my energy oracle deck here. Okay, Rhinoceros and Honeybee. Which do you want to see first? I'm going to show you these ones first. So Rhinoceros and Honeybee, the communication and the moderation, and we'll get deeper into those in a second. But our previous spread, where are we headed? So we're looking at the beginnings of an emotional energy that starts to understand how to become more stable. We're looking at more emotional stability. Okay, now then we get the Moon, and the Moon is a bit tricky. Let's clarify the Moon, because the Moon is deceiving us. The Moon is a deceptive energy. Something not wanting to, or something is not what it appears. That's really what our Moon energy is telling us. So is that complete enough? Okay, so we're going to roll with that for a second, because when you come to this place of emotional stability, being able to just keep the emotions a little more grounded, a little bit more even, you're not going to be able to see the transformation, the rebirth that's happening behind the scenes, but what will emerge is a total disconnection from the past. It seems that this emotional transformation that you're going through the full fire, this total transformation, all 4 pieces, okay? We're not leaving one behind. We're not leaving that cup behind. Putting all 4 feet on the ground. Once we've gotten through all of that transformation there, that is going to help you totally cut yourself off from the past, from anything. And I'm feeling like it's not just past as in what happened yesterday or what happened last year or your personal past. I'm also feeling like this is a karmic past, that we're talking about release from the karmic past. That's the moon as well, okay? When we are willing to transform every single part of ourselves, we are going to have emotional release, emotional stability, but also the freedom from that karmic past. Let me just get a little bit into what that karmic past is. I know this is a collective reading and we all have different karmic pasts, but I know also that there's a common thread uniting us all through this reading. So what is that karmic past? Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I know it's karmic. King of Pentacles, Princess of Wands. So we're looking at male, female, authority to ingenue kind of energy here, authority figure to young, innocent energy. Okay, what's going on over here? We've got Five of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. This is the ability to stand up with your voice and ask for what you truly want. This is a habitual feeling that you're not enough, that you haven't ever been enough. And the father figure in your life, in this life, and again, we're looking at karmic past, so grain of salt with the details here, just follow my energy flow. This is the energy that never really acknowledged you as being enough. The energy that you felt you had to work very, very hard to impress and please over and over and over. And a lot of this is also tied up to attitudes towards work itself, what it means to work hard, and feeling like you have to work hard in order to gain recognition, in order to gain respect, but never getting there. If you have Chiron in Capricorn, this is likely speaking very strongly to you. Also, actually Chiron in any of the earth signs, Chiron in Taurus, Chiron in Virgo also. And if you're not sure where your Chiron is, just reach out in the comments and I'll send you a link to a birth chart where you can see where your Chiron is. So this is that you've never been able to totally break free from those feelings of, you know, I'm not good enough, my voice isn't strong enough, my voice doesn't matter enough. And that's where we're trying to rebirth. That's what we're trying to rebirth into. Yes, your voice does matter. Yes, your desires do matter. Okay, I feel like there's another message to close this reading. Is it bottom or middle two? I'm going to go with the middle two in here. Okay, change and happiness. Change and chameleon. Dolphin and chameleon. Wow, it's like this one is morphing into this, like literally this figure changes into this one. Now, this is really exciting. We have a pregnant goddess on the back of this dolphin here, and then she gives birth literally to this very empowered woman who is unafraid of change, who is unafraid of flexibility, who is unafraid of total transformation. That's really amazing. It's like this is all one arc. Okay, so with that exciting message, so here we have lack of personal power. The yellow is not, she's got everything she needs, but she doesn't believe it. Here we have personal power, coiled and ready to spring into action. Okay. So the last message that I believe higher guidance is giving us is that you are fully in control of your own state of happiness without having to chase it. Chasing or hanging on to it, holding on to happiness doesn't work. But knowing that if you are in the pursuit of your own happiness, you will experience joy in that pursuit. And in the pursuit of your own happiness, you are transforming your power. You are willing to spring into action, to do whatever it takes to attract whatever you need to attract, to lead a more joyful, heart-centered life. So if holding on to this old karma is not bringing you joy, if holding yourself back from fully transforming is not bringing you joy, you're in control of that. It is your decision. Happiness is created. It isn't attained. It isn't given. It isn't like some people have it and some people don't. Happiness is created. Happiness is a creation. So if happiness is a creation and transformation is where we're headed, it's almost as if we're being asked to change the way that we do create happiness. What truly does it mean for us to be happy? What does that really mean? Does being peaceful bring us happiness? Does working on our vibration bring us happiness? And I think, for my personal journey, it's about opening deeper and deeper layers of your heart. As you open deeper and deeper layers of your heart, as you allow yourself to love more fully and more deeply and more expansively, that is what truly brings happiness. And that act of transforming yourself to love even bigger and even deeper, that's truly what brings the contentedness and brings the transformation, because you find yourself able to embrace what you never thought was possible. And as you relax into that embrace, you find more and more possibilities opening up. Okay, thanks so much for joining me for this reading today. Again, if you're looking for more personal guidance, I am more than happy to do what I can to help guide you on your path towards your true self and your true reason for being here. So please reach out, and from the description below, soulguidancewithadriana.com, and I'll see you next time.